Could the Golden State Warriors be on the verge of making their boldest move since Kevin Durant joined the dynasty? Rumors are swirling across the league that the Warriors are targeting Myles Turner, the Indiana Pacers' shot-blocking, floor-stretching big man in a sign-and-trade deal. With Stephen Curry's championship window narrowing, Golden State appears ready to gamble big on a center who could finally solve their long-standing issues in the paint. Sources around the league describe this scenario as the perfect fit, but also one of the riskiest bets the Warriors could make. The Golden State Warriors are no longer the unstoppable juggernaut that once terrorized the NBA. Stephen Curry is still a superstar, but he's 37 years old and running out of time. Draymond Green, the defensive anchor of the dynasty, has lost some of his athletic edge. Klay Thompson is gone. The once feared strength in numbers bench has weakened. Inside Chase Center, there's a growing realization. It's now or never. If Golden State wants to give Curry one last run at a championship, they need to patch their biggest weakness, the center position. And that's where Myles Turner enters the conversation. Turner, 28, has quietly built a reputation as one of the league's most reliable rim protectors. At nearly 7 feet tall with elite timing, he consistently ranks among the NBA's leaders in blocked shots. But like most traditional bigs, Turner can step out and hit threes. He averaged over 35% from deep last season, making him a rare two-way stretch five. For Golden State, this is a dream combination: rim protection on defense, spacing on offense. Turner checks every box the Warriors have been missing since the Bogut era. Imagine Curry running pick and roll with a big who can both pop out for three and anchor the paint defensively, one Western Conference scout told reporters. That's terrifying. Here's the catch. The Warriors can't just sign Turner outright. Golden State is capped out under the NBA's new financial rules, meaning the only realistic way to acquire Turner is through a sign and trade. That means Indiana would have to agree to extend Turner's deal and send him to the Bay Area in exchange. For assets, for the Pacers, this prevents them from losing him for nothing. For Golden State, it's their only way to land him. According to insiders, conversations of this type have happened in the past. Turner's name has floated in Warriors trade chatter for years. But now, with Curry's clock ticking, urgency is at an all-time high. This is where things get controversial. The Pacers won't just hand over Turner to pull off a sign and trade. Golden State would have to offer a package of young talent and draft picks. Speculation suggests the deal could look like this. Jonathan Kuminga, the Warriors' brightest young star and potential future all-star. Andrew Wiggins, a veteran wing to balance salaries and give Indiana scoring depth. At least one unprotected first-round pick, possibly more. Moses Moody as a sweetener, depending on negotiations. Would Warriors fans stomach losing Kuminga? That's the question. Trading him could be the price of giving Curry a legitimate co-star inside. It's the ultimate win-now gamble, one anonymous GM told The Athletic. You sacrifice your future for one last shot with Curry. It could pay off big, or it could cripple the franchise for years. Let's imagine Turner in a Warriors jersey. Defensively, pairing Turner with Draymond Green would give Golden State one of the most versatile and intimidating defensive front courts in the league. Green switches everything. Turner patrols the rim. Offensively, Turner's shooting means he won't clog the paint. Curry, Podziemski, and Moody, if he stays, would have acres of space to operate. Turner's pick and pop game could become deadly next to the greatest shooter ever. Team balance. For once, Golden State wouldn't have to rely on Looney battling giants in the playoffs. Turner gives them size without sacrificing spacing. On paper, it's as close to perfect as it gets. But make no mistake, this isn't a guaranteed success story. Injuries. Turner has a history of missing games with foot and back problems. Could the Warriors risk trading their best young assets for someone who might not stay healthy? Consistency. At times, Turner has faded into the background offensively. Would he be aggressive enough in the Warriors' motion offense? The cost. Losing Kuminga would sting. The Warriors' front office has hyped him as the future. Fans see him as the bridge between eras. Giving him up would be a hard sell unless Turner delivered a championship. And under the new CBA, stacking massive contracts makes roster flexibility almost impossible. A curried Raymond Turner trio would eat up most of the payroll, leaving little room for depth. So why pursue this at all? Because time is the enemy. Stephen Curry isn't going to wait around for Kuminga to develop. He wants to win now. The front office knows it. The fans know it. Turner may not be perfect, but he's available, realistic, and addresses the Warriors' biggest weakness. He's not imbibed, he's not jockeying, but he's the best attainable option. One Warriors insider told ESPN, in other words, he's the middle ground between dreaming big and doing nothing. Why would Indiana consider this? Because the Pacers are building around Tyrese Halliburton. They've got a young core and may not want to tie up long-term money in Turner as they reshape the roster. If they can flip Turner into Kuminga plus picks, it gives them youth, upside, and flexibility. Wiggins provides a proven wing option and draft asset sad long-term value. For the Pacers, it could be a smart move if they decide Turner isn't part of their long-term vision. Would adding Turner make Golden State instant contenders? It wouldn't guarantee anything. Denver with Jokic remains a mountain to climb. Minnesota is emerging fast, and Dallas has Doncic. But Turner gives Golden State something they haven't had in years, a reliable rim protector who can also hit threes. In a playoff setting where matchups define series, having Turner to counteract Jokic or Davis could be the difference between an early exit and another finals run. That's the gamble. Turner doesn't make them favorites, but he makes them dangerous again. This move isn't just about basketball, it's about legacy for Curry. One more ring would cement him even higher on the all-time ladder. For Draymond, Turner's presence could extend his career, allowing him to conserve energy and focus on what he does best. For Turner, it would be a chance to escape years of being underrated in Indiana and finally prove himself on the biggest stage. Imagine him winning a championship alongside Curry. His entire reputation would change overnight. So here's the bottom line. The Warriors are exploring all options to stay relevant. Myles Turner, via sign and trade, might be the smartest and most realistic move on the board. It would be costly, it would be risky, but it might also be the one move that gives Stephen Curry a final shot at glory. In the end, the question is simple. Will the Warriors bet their future on Turner, or will they watch their dynasty fade quietly into history? What do you think? Should Golden State push all in for Myles Turner in a blockbuster sign and trade, or should they hold on to Kuminga and ride out the youth movement? One thing is certain, the league is watching closely, because if Turner really does land in the Bay, the NBA landscape could change overnight.